Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up or something to confirm that you can hear my audio in a decent way. In the meantime, I see Joel is here. It's been a while, guys. Joel, good to see you. Thanks for sticking around. Kevin, yes, it has been a minute. Safari, great choice, man. Classic, 1992. Bois de Portugal, Dennis, I need to get that fragrance. I've been meaning to grab that for a few years now. Not in a hurry, but maybe one day I'll grab it. Let's see here. Kevin, by the way, I picked up that Notte d'Occhianti Toscano Intenso. Really nice. Not a powerhouse, but elegant, sophisticated quality juice. Yeah, definitely not a powerhouse. And I think that's what makes it elegant and sophisticated. Great scent. Pretty unique, I would say, overall. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Second Soul. Great choice. Great choice. One of the few out there enjoying that discontinued fragrance. What's up, Aroma Fragrances? If you guys don't know, Aroma Fragrances is a channel that you can go check out. Puts up some content on a pretty regular basis, so go check them out. Let's see. Have I gotten to try Graham and Pot yet? They had some on Max Aroma. I have Sun King. I have never heard of Graham and Pot, so I'll need to check them out. Curtis, One Day Perfume. Haven't spent much time with that brand. Let's see. Baronda. I still need to get that one as well. That's another classic I don't have. Who else is here? VS. Greetings from Dubai. Hello. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sure it's pretty late for you. Was it like midnight over there? Thanks for hanging out. Zeke. Oh, Zeke is in the house. Where's Zeke? I miss Zeke. Well, Zeke, hello. Good to see you. There's the proof that you're there because Joel said hi. Let's see. Who else is hanging out? Did I see Joel? No, I don't think I did. But I did see Noel. I thought I did. Man, I'm just way off my horse with this one, guys. It's like I can't even read comments anymore. There's Zeke. Good to see you. Bear with me, guys. Gerard, good to see you. How are you? Great to have you guys here. Yo, Desert Toxic Intense, no different than the original. I wouldn't say it's no different. There are differences, but not different enough to warrant having both. I'd say pick one over the other. Hey, Justin, what are some of your favorite combos to mix together? What do you mean by that exactly? Are you talking about layering? Are you talking about fragrance notes? What do you mean? Similar question, maybe. What's a note combination you'd love to see more of in the next coming year? You know, that's a tough question to answer because there's so much nuance that comes with combining ingredients. There's no telling that if you combine this, and that, it will smell like a combination of those things in some ideal way. There's so many things that affect it. Obviously, the proportions of each ingredient and also what else is going into the fragrance besides those ingredients and the quality of the ingredients and obviously what's going to come off on your skin. So there's so many variables that it's hard to say, man, yeah, I could conceptualize a fragrance with cardamom and apple and cinnamon and leather or something. And then it'd be great to see those together. But who knows what that would smell like? It might smell super basic. It might smell good. There's no telling. So we can't just go based off the notes alone. But I mean, I don't know. For me, I don't even really care what notes are in there as long as it smells interesting. It doesn't matter what the composition is, because it can come together in so many different ways. But that's a great question. Have I tried anything from Wilhelm? Um, in passing, I feel like I have maybe tried. I think it's Poets of Berlin or Poets from Berlin or something. I don't even remember what it smelled like. I've been meaning to dig more into that house, so I'll need to do that later. Guys, if you didn't already notice, and maybe you did, but just based on the title, I don't have a super distinctive topic for this live stream. I'm here to just hang out with you guys for about an hour to answer some questions. I do have a handful of fragrances here in front of me that I will be sniffing. I'd say maybe 2 to 3 of which I haven't smelled yet. So I'll be doing a little bit of unboxing here. And I got one that is I have smelled before, and I've actually worn it once or twice since I gotten it. And but I just wanted to show it to you because I haven't shown it to you yet. Let's see. Avlock, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Any incense summer frags you'd recommend? I love Dia and Baby Cat. I would definitely recommend Xerjoff Zafiro. That's a great summer incense. Not to mention Zaharoff Signature Bloom. It's technically a white floral incense, maybe a little bit more jasmine forward, but the jasmine does dry down to a more incensey dry down. So that's another one I'd recommend for the spring and summer. Thank you so much. That means a whole lot. Which fragrance had a hold on you all day? Which one did you just keep reaching back to? Man, you know what? Sometimes I have to go back to my Parfumo profile. If you guys don't know, I mean, many of you guys, if you're here, you already know this. I use Parfumo.net. I use their mobile app to track my wearings every single day. So when I click on my Me section, it shows me what I've recently worn. So sometimes I got to look back and see, what did I wear that I really enjoyed, throughout the day. Grace and I, we actually went to dinner to celebrate our 3rd wedding anniversary just the other night. And I wore, I'm not going to click on it because it'll say that I wore it, Zafferano from Acqua di Parma. I was loving that all night. That smelled so good. Really enjoyed that. Another one that surprised me, and it's especially because I was basically smelling it all day, was Still Life from Olfactive Studio, the original Still Life. I've historically enjoyed Still Life in Rio a little bit more, but that day, whatever the heck was going on, I was smelling it like 10 hours later and just really enjoying it. Grace was enjoying it. She was complimenting it. So yeah, those are a couple that have really kind of captured me. And yeah, there's more I could say. There's some other interesting ones I've worn lately, but those are a couple. Morning Chest and Mango Skin. Yeah, those are the big ones. I hear those names all the time. I need to check those out. Do I want to release my own fragrance? Oh, hello, Rambo. I have released 2 of my own fragrances already in collaboration with Zaharoff. Neither of them are available. They were limited edition. So I would say, yes, I want to, and I did. Let's see. Any chance of you comparing Beach Hut Man and Mousse Illuminé? I mean, I guess we could do that now. We don't need to make a big hoopla out of it. If I'm recalling them in my head, I would say there are definitely some similarities. They're both pretty mossy. Beach Hut Man is definitely more fresh green to me because of the mint. It's pretty dang minty. I don't get quite as much freshness from Mousse Illuminé. It's definitely more mossy. And I do get this interesting like grape feel that I think a lot of people get, especially for the first, hour or so of wear. That's a little odd, but it's just kind of a weird association thing. And I think it goes away after a bit. If I had to pick one, I'd pick Beach Hut. That's honestly my favorite out of those 2, but both are great. Mousse Illuminé comes from Rogue Perfumery, and that's a great house. Great indie house. Let's see. Can't download the Parfumo app because the app was made for an older version of Android. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's weird. I have an iPhone, so they keep updating it on the iPhone. I don't know what to tell you. Garcia, Gerard, I assume Gerard Garcia. Either way, how's it going, man? Bring Second Soul back. Need it. I'd love to, but it's not really in the cards right now. Yeah, there's secondhand bottles out there, I'm sure, but they are absurdly overpriced, so I can't recommend that at all. Anyway, let's see what else we got. What is my favorite Chris Collins? Hey, Diego. African Rooibos is fantastic. That's definitely one of my favorites. My favorite still to this day is Oud Galore. And I think it's just because of the memories I've had with it. I've been wearing it for like 5 years now. And I've just had some great experiences with that fragrance. I'll never forget the way it made me feel when I first smelled it. I had never smelled something quite so luxurious and so authentically oud forward, but still very accessible and easy to wear and highly complimentable, if that's a word. So that's still my favorite. I am kind of getting to know their new fragrance, Savant Manhattan Cherry. That's a beautiful scent. Again, still getting to know it. So I'll have to report back on that one before it is too warm to wear it, because we're coming into summer pretty soon. It's already June. I can't believe it. In a matter of like 19 days, we'll be into the official summer. I'm sorry if this has been, it's all good. Do you see another Zed creation in the future? If so, what direction will you go? Technically, it's already been teased months ago in live streams on Ross's channel that we are working on a third round. I'm not going to give you any details about the direction, but I will say that, yes, brace yourself for something new this year. That's all I'll say. What do I like to do for fun? Tango Mega. I love fragrances. That's definitely a hobby and a passion of mine. So I love to smell them. I love to experience them with other people, share them with other people. Music is a big love of mine. I love to play the trumpet. It's a great challenge. I love to spend time with my family. I love to go out with my wife and son. And, on beautiful days, we love to go for walks and just enjoy nature and things like that. Eating great food. I mean, maybe a lot of the same things you might enjoy for fun. Simplicity, at least for now. Let's see here. Abba Wadak. I apologize if I said that incorrectly. Welcome to your first live stream here. I appreciate it. You came in on a good day, because I don't do this often these days. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. It's been quite a journey to this point, but I'm happy with where the channel is, and I'm happy to provide value to new folks like yourself who just keep coming in. I appreciate that. Ross. What's up, guys? Everyone say hi to Ross. Ross is getting even more shredded for his next and final competition for the season. I think he said it's in 19 days. Dude is looking serious. Dude is looking serious. He's putting in that work. Unstoppable train. And he's looking great. Let's see here. Tom Ford Beau de Jour, signature or private blend. I haven't had the honor of trying the private blend version, so I can't speak for that. But I do love the signature version. Let's see. Any suggestions for a great summer frag? Steven, this is a fragrance channel. I've been talking about summer fragrances for a month or two now. So I got lots of great suggestions. The best way I can recommend you anything is through my videos. That's where I take the time to really compile some curated lists and collections of recommendations. So check out some of my latest summer videos. I think you'll find some interesting stuff. But thanks for asking. Appreciate that. Benjamin, any chance you can give us hints or clues about your upcoming Zed Creators release? Will it be something new or a further evolution of Second Soul? No hints. No hints or clues. Not yet, guys. Wait patiently. It's coming. Uh, haven't tried Octavian. Have not. Have not. Chris Anderson. Aventus Cologne, man, that's something I need to get. I've been wanting to get that in my collection for a long time. Great choice. I appreciate the kind words, Chris. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna spray fragrance real quick. Why not? Here we are. This is a classic. And I've heard that it's not really what it used to be, and I can kind of attest to that. I don't have a ton of experience with its older versions, only spraying them in like Sephora's and things like that. I can't easily say by the color of the juice that it's not what it used to be. I just got this bottle of Prada Amber Pour Homme. Wow, I look weird in that glass. Let me get it out the way. It used to be purple, and now it's like gray-ish blue. In fact, it looks even less like itself on the camera. It's actually a little bit blue in person. And I've worn it a couple times, and I have a lot of people who have said, oh man, it's like Dasani water these days. It will not last at all. And honestly, I surprisingly got some good longevity out of this. But fragrances tend to last a long time on my skin. That's always been the case for me. So, I got a good 8 hours. I was smelling it. And this is like a soapy fragrance, very lavender forward, with some resins in the background, like a slightly sweet, medicinal, resinous myrrh. So soapy and clean, but with a depth to it. Have you guys tried this one? Has anyone tried this? I don't know if it's really on shelves out in stores these days. In fact, I thought it was gone forever. I was surprised to see it kind of circulating. Maybe they did like a new version of it within the past couple years and just put it out. It's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. If you like a soapy, clean fragrance that is not just soap, I think it's totally worth checking out. I think it's relatively inexpensive, but you might have to blind buy it. Have you guys tried that one? Let me know. Yeah, Beta Fox is saying definitely a classic, not the same stuff inside. Yeah, not the same, but definitely still good. Let's see here. Aroma fragrance. Want to pick up some from the brand. Been Max Roma. I assume, I'm not sure if you're talking about Prada or something else, but let's see. Are we going to try MFK's re-released? Maybe. I'm not going to run after them, but if I see an opportunity to grab one or sample one or sniff one in person, I will definitely take a chance because I'm curious. Very good philosophy. Thank you. I'd like to do some video with incense and perfumes in your 3 categories. I have done an incense video. It's been a couple years, maybe at least a year. If you go back in the playlist, it's like the best fragrances of genres and styles. I don't remember what it's called now. And I think it's the one like you only need one of these 10 fragrances to smell captivating. I use all these different words for each one. So you're not going to see incense in the title, but I think that's the one. Or if you go to my channel and on your desktop computer and you can search through all my videos on my actual channel, search for incense and you should see a video that's like that should come up. Let's see here. Did I ever try Clive Christian Cypress? Haven't had the pleasure, but I'm curious. I'm a big fan of Cypress. I'm becoming more of a fan of Clive Christian, so I'd like to check that out. Hi, Justin. D&G is one of the few scents I enjoy. Can you suggest something similar but leaning more to warmer days use? D&G the one. Sorry. Okay. Maybe sticking with tobacco. Man. Kind of a fresher but still kind of sweet, warm tobacco. Let me think here. Fresher tobacco. Something. I was just thinking of something and I lost the name. I'm going to come back to that. If it comes back to me, I'm not going to waste you guys' time just sitting here looking at the corner. I had one fragrance that came to mind. If I remember it, I will definitely answer that. Fresh tobacco. It's going to drive me crazy. But there's definitely plenty. Let me see. Women's fragrances. Yeah, definitely can do more of that on the channel. Haven't done that a whole lot. I don't really wear them myself. I did just do an unboxing of Zaharov's new Bizaan. I think that's how you say it. I think that's wrong, but maybe it's close. Fantastic fragrance. My wife has been wearing that quite a bit lately, and it smelled so good. Let's see. Recommendations. Colonia Essenza. I do have Colonia Essenza. It's a total classic. I want to say it's Alberto Marias, and is it Francois Demachy maybe? I feel like they collaborated on that one. It smells great. Have you ever layered your fragrances? I'm not a layer, I don't like to layer my fragrances. I enjoy them one at a time. There you go. The One Gray. I smelled that when it came out. Haven't smelled it since. CK Shock. I feel like that might be a little bit too sweet, heavy for the summer, but that's another good cheap tobacco. Is Fragrantica reliable? It's basically like asking, I guess, if people are reliable. Yes and no. Take what you see with a grain of salt. That's the best way I could put it. It's people that are the issue. Montalbano, yes. Montalbano, Verano. Those aren't really on the sweet side. Maybe not as much as the one, but those are great summer tobaccos. Favorite frag from the house of BDK. Right now, I mean, for a while, it's definitely been Gris Charnel between the EDP and the X Straight. My wife and I both love those, and I think those are both still favorites for ours. So really depends on the season or the day. I'll go between the EDP or the X Straight, but both are great. Hey, Justin, I hope you're doing well. I'm relatively new in the perfume space. Welcome to the rabbit hole. How would you recommend a beginner start building a collection? So, man, I could make a whole video on this. This is going to sound weird, and I don't know where I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to say it. I don't recommend you start a collection. I don't think you need a collection. And maybe it depends on how you define collection. To me, what collection means in my own journey and from what I've seen from other people in the space is that you're continually looking for another new fragrance to add. You're continually looking to expand. And you could say, well, no, you could just get like one for each season or one for each occasion or both, and then you're good. But it's like, come on now. Once you're in the rabbit hole, you don't just stop. You don't just reverse direction and go back up. You keep falling. So good luck putting the brakes on and saying, okay, I guess I got everything I need. I'm out of here. Maybe if you're super strong-willed, you're better than the rest of us. But so all that to say, if you want to get started discovering some scents to figure out what you like, I don't think you need to frame in your mind, I need to build a collection. That is just unnecessary. You're going to spend more than I think you need to, and you're going to just kind of overwhelm yourself. I would just, if you have local perfumeries, going out, trying stuff, no matter whether or not you recognize something, don't let familiarity drive what you try, especially if you can get in front of some fragrances in person. Try whatever looks interesting. Try whatever looks, I don't know, like unfamiliar or just different, and figure out what you like. And if you don't have that available to you, then obviously videos like mine and like Ross's and Aroma Fragrances here on YouTube are a good starting place to get some recommendations. And I recommend getting samples of what interests you. Start with samples as often as you can. I could go on and on. Again, this could be a whole video. That's all I'm going to say for now. That might be, I don't know, maybe a little bit controversial and maybe just a little counterintuitive to what you would expect a fragrance influencer to say. And I do have a collection, but I can't recommend that you have what I have. It's not necessary. Okay, let's continue. Thank you for the thoughtful question. Sticks 1429. Thank you so much for the kind words. Recently bought Mind Games Gambit. Think it's so underrated. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I don't know if I'd call it underrated. I think it is making the rounds a bit, but maybe not as much as some others from the house. I think it's great. It really grew on me. I thought it was a little basic when I first tried it. With some wearing over the past year or two, it has shot up to some, one of my most worn fragrances, period. So yeah. Ghost. Hey. Yo, I'm a new subscriber. Is the new Creed absolute worth it? Only you can decide that. Only you can make that evaluation. If you're saying worth it, as in should I go ahead and spend the whatever hundreds of dollars to buy it? If you're asking me, the answer is always no. It's not worth it. It's not. No fragrance is worth a blind buy like that. It's worth sampling. It's worth trying. If you're interested, it's worth trying, but it's not worth buying right away to see if you like it, because you might not. And then there goes that money. Or the bottle's just going to collect dust. Let's see here. Does anyone else have emotional connections with fragrances, like certain smells that remind you of people? Hey, Eddie, I think that just about everyone has emotional connections with fragrances because the sense of smell is one of the absolute strongest senses we have, not in terms of our detection, but just in terms of the connection to the brain and the connection to memories. So everyone has scent memories. Everyone has scent associations. It's just a matter of if you finding the right trigger out in the wild to activate those memories. If you don't find the thing to activate them, then they never really resurface. But once you do, you can't, it's immediate. It's almost like magic. And, whether it be a person, whether it be a place, whether it be a time in your life when you were feeling a certain way, there's certain sense that once you smell it, it's bam, it's immediate. It unlocks memory. So we all have it to certain degrees, and everyone's is their own. They're all very personal, and therefore they're all very special. Great question. I agree. None your business. Good question. Justin, any interest in reviewing the scents from Velvet Collection? Man, years and years and years ago, I reviewed Velvet Exotic Leather. That was a favorite of mine. I had a decan of it. I don't have that decan anymore. I haven't wanted to revisit that fragrance or the collection, but maybe we'll see. Again, I'm not in a hurry to add anything. If it makes sense to add to the collection, then yeah, maybe I'll scoop it up. Interesting, Marlonius. There's a war between designer niche and clones. Which group is winning? It's like the Infinity War or something. It depends on who you're asking. Winning. I mean, man, that's a can, dude. That's a can of worms. I think many people would say clones are winning. Some people would say niche is winning. I don't know. I don't know how many people would say designers are winning these days. There's some interesting stuff coming here and there, but I think overall there doesn't seem to be a huge excitement around designer fragrances these days. And I understand why. You think about big brands like Dior bringing on Francis Kirkjohn, and it seems like he's just disappointing everyone from a house that is kind of supposed to be a trailblazer. and maybe even a trendsetter. And I'm not going to agree with that and say, yep, it's just been a big failure, because I've enjoyed some. Um, some people will say clones are winning because, they're scooping up the market share. They are filling in the gaps. They're giving us what other brands are not giving us, and they're not charging us an arm and a leg for it. So they're just adding so much value. And, maybe to some people, or a lot of people, that is the case. And that's why they're winning. As far as the art form goes, I don't see it as winning. I'm not going to go into that right now. So yeah, I don't think there's a definitive answer. It really depends on who you're asking, because everyone likes different things. So people who prefer niche would say niche is winning because they like what they're getting, they like what they have. Same would go for clones, same would go for designers. Designers like, yeah, there's some diamonds in the rough for sure. Terdermez EDP Intense. In fact, I have it. It's going to be in an upcoming video. I've been sitting on it for a couple months. Haven't spoken on it, but it's finally going to be in a video. Been checking that one out for a bit. I'm going to open up a fragrance here. I'm going to unbox this. I was going to just film a short on it, but I'm like, you know what? Why not just do it here? This is kind of a new fragrance. It's basically just a re-release from Tom Ford. It was sent over to me by some marketing company. And this is called Eau de Soleil Blanc. It's in their signature bottle style, I believe, for the women. And I don't remember if I smelled the original. Maybe in the store years ago. And all I'm expecting out of this fragrance is for it to smell maybe a little bit feminine, but I've seen some reviews online saying that it's kind of unisex. So I'm curious. It's a nice bottle. Have you guys tried this? This is my first time trying it. I like this bottle more than I thought I would. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get it sprayed here. I'm actually going to put it on my skin. I'll put it on my hand because it's a new fragrance. Give you guys the real deal, as much as you can do in a video or a live stream. Okay. All right. Got it in the air. Danny is saying it is not unisex. I'm getting something kind of citrusy bright, like a juicy orange, or maybe an orange blossom, maybe not orange blossom, maybe more of a neroli, something related to orange, but definitely blossomy, definitely floral, kind of thick, heady in a way, in a white floral vibe, beachy, sweet vanilla coconut in the background, maybe kind of salty smelling. It smells like a little bit solar, like it's under the sun, like sun-warmed skin. It's nice. Yeah, I like the citrus bite to it. I think that makes me enjoy the opening more than I normally would, because I don't love this type of scent profile all that much. But I would imagine that this opening is going to change quite a bit. And maybe in the next 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to be left with mostly like sweet, fluffy, floral, coconut, vanilla, of which I'm not necessarily interested in. So it's nice. I'm giving it like a 6.5 out of 10 right now. I maybe not something I would wear, but we'll see where it goes in the dry down. If it gets more feminine, probably not going to be one I'd wear, maybe more for grace. We'll see. Anyway, that's that one. We'll do another one in a little bit here. I've been seeing some interesting comments come through. Why do I rarely review diptyque? I don't have a lot of diptyques. I have, I want to say 3. I have Philosikos. I have L'Eau de l'Eau, which is a discontinued gem. Don't talk about that one very much because you guys can't get it, so it's kind of a tease. And I also have Tempo, which is new-ish to my collection, and I haven't really given it a whole lot of wearing. So I just don't have a lot of diptyques. I don't talk about them a lot. I've talked about Philosophes a lot in the past. And in fact, I think it's going to be in an upcoming video. I just haven't talked about it a lot recently because I've talked about it a lot already. So maybe more will come later as I continue to get more. We'll see. Let's see. Orpheon. I'm seeing Orpheon. Haven't tried it. Didn't know about it. Diptyque. I'm curious. I do like Diptyque. So I'll maybe check that out. The one in the white bottle was a lovely creation. I don't understand why they released so many versions. Who knows? You know, from what I've seen historically with Tom Ford, when it comes to them pulling a fragrance and then bringing it back, it's usually them pulling it from the private blend and reintroducing it in the signature line at a lower price point. So I would assume that's because it wasn't selling as they hoped it would at the higher price point. So they put it into their lower collection. Now, does that mean they sacrifice on the quality of it? I don't know. I don't know exactly what they change, if they change anything. Some people would say that there are subtle differences, but you can get in the weeds on that. So I think that's why it's sales. If it's not selling, then it's like, well, we don't want to just pull it because we want to sell this fragrance. We want to sell this product. We'll just find a way to repackage it, reframe it, and maybe it'll be a little bit more appealing. Did I ever review Wall Street from Bond number 9? I got to remind myself, I'm pretty sure I have Wall Street. It's one of the few that I have from the house. I think that's the Aquatic, right? Comes in a black bottle. Yeah. This is Wall Street, guys. I do have this fragrance. It's one of the few from the house that I enjoy. It's kind of a different fragrance. It's a very definitive Aquatic. It's a little bit polarizing. I have talked about it in past videos. I do like it because it's a particular personality. It's very aquatic, kind of seaweedy, cucumber, fresh, salty. Maybe not the most natural smelling, but it's good. I like it for its clear personality. It has like a purpose to it. So I appreciate that. I don't always appreciate that about Bond's fragrances, but the few that I have fall into that camp. Let's see here. Let's see. Marv Otokiti. Hello, Marv. I know you have spoken about Blue Noir, EDP, but tell me, would you recommend for a beginner, or would you say it's a must-have? There's not a single fragrance on this earth that has existed, that it currently exists, or that will exist that is a must-have. There's not a single object that would be considered a luxury on this earth that has currently or will exist that I think is a must-have. I know I'm being a little bit hyperbolic. All that to say, I would say for a beginner, definitely worth a try. It's a great scent, easy to wear, not generic, versatile. Definitely worth a try. Not a must-have. No must-haves, but it's good. One of my favorites for sure. Chanel Platinum Egoiste. I feel like it disappears on me after 3 hours. I love Chanel Platinum Egoiste, one of my favorite aromatic fougères. I get a good, 6 to 8 hours out of mine. No problem. But again, fragrances last longer on me for whatever reason. There's a chance you could be going nose blind to it if you're spraying the front of your body or if you're overspraying it. If you don't already, maybe try spraying like the back of the sides of your neck, like back here, and maybe the very back. If you wear an open collar like this, spraying your collarbones on the inside of the shirt. And that way you don't have this constant just like overwhelm of fragrance from your chest or the front of your neck coming into your nose. Now, if you already do all of what I just said and it's still not working, then there's not much else I can do for you. But if you haven't tried that, I recommend it. I've seen a lot of you guys in the comments on my videos after I've recommended my spray routine who've said, you know what, Justin, it actually helps. I smell my fragrance for longer throughout the day because it's not overwhelming me. So I don't know, maybe there's something to it. Maybe. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Novice Nose. What's up, man? Good to see you. Got my nose on Luminee's per your recommendation. Love it. Stuck between it and the Extreme for my next buy. I haven't tried the Extreme. I've heard that it's a little disappointing in the fact that it's not exactly like the original, but I still want to try it because I love Luministe. I do appreciate the House of Herpont, and I love Sidonie Lancesseur's work. She's a fantastic perfumer, and she really has kind of revolutionized boozy fragrances. That's kind of what she's known for. So I do want to try the Extreme. If you've tried them both, then obviously you're the best judge as to which one to get. Anyway, do you know where I can find Declaration, the one with cinnamon in it? I assume you mean the new EDP. It should be all over the internet. I know it's on Cartier's website. You can get it from them directly if they ship to you. Otherwise, I'm not sure elsewhere to get it. I haven't really looked for it elsewhere. I bought it directly from Cartier. So I can't tell you exactly where else it is because I haven't looked since I bought it. What else we got? JC, what's up, Zeke? Have you sampled 80 de Venustus and PDM Castley? I just featured 80 de Venustus. I know I'm not saying that right, guys. Please know that I don't think I'm like, oh yeah, I'm saying it right. No, I don't know how to say it. I'm doing my best. I have only one fragrance from them called Musk Encens. I love that fragrance. I just featured it in my latest long form video, all based around musk fragrances. So I would maybe check that out if you haven't. And Castley, I know that's their newest release. I haven't tried it yet. I've heard that it's maybe not anything remarkable, but I'm still curious. I'll check it out at some point. We'll see. We might have a meaty question here. Can you give your thoughts on the division of the fragrance community on free bottles and being advertisers and losing the love of fragrance? The division. So this is coming off a little bit as a leading question, maybe a bit of a biased question. It sounds like you may have formed your opinion on it and in saying that there is a division and we're losing the love of fragrance because we're advertisers. And that's okay. If that's what you believe, that's fine. In terms of speaking on this matter, man, that's a whole nother video. And I think I've made videos about this. I don't want this to take 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to answer this briefly. This is a great question. All in all, even how it's worded, it's a great question. My thoughts. I think that change is inevitable. I think that change is the only constant, especially with technology, especially here on the internet, especially with marketing, with products, exchanging hands from brand to consumer and whatever it may be. It's always changing. It always has been changing. The fragrance community has historically been behind the rest of the large, mass public space on YouTube. Lots of the biggest spaces on YouTube have already been in a monetized state for years and years prior to it kind of trickling down to fragrance. So I hope that's clear. I hope that's been obvious. I'm sure you guys watch other types of content, other types of creators in other spaces and have done so for years, maybe. And you've seen there's been sponsored videos, there's been advertisers and whatnot. And it wasn't always that way with fragrance, but it's become that way over the past, decades since I really got involved. It's changed very quickly. So I understand that from a viewer standpoint, it can be very jarring to see this change happen almost overnight. Not really overnight, but it's unfolded at an exponential pace. So I think the way that it makes you feel as a viewer is valid. Whether you like it or you don't, it is valid either way. However you feel is hopefully based on you truly evaluating the information you're getting and being able to sift through what sounds true, what is not true, what you don't care about, what actually you're looking for. Sift through all of that. That is your job. And it's really, it comes down to following and listening to people whom you respect, whom you care to get information from. If someone rubs you the wrong way and maybe they don't seem authentic or you're not enjoying their content, then it's not worth your time. There's not even really a point to complain about it per se. I think it's just you move on because you support a reviewer or a content creator with your time. Your time spent is a vote for their success. If you don't want to vote for their success, you don't have to vote for anyone's success. So you can allocate your time elsewhere. I don't think I can see it affecting the loss of love of fragrance, and that's a very broad topic. I feel like that's going to differ from person to person, especially as reviewers who've been doing this for some time, to who have had to navigate a changing space as far as the industry, as far as growing a channel and growing a business and deciding to maybe make something out of it, make a living out of it, make some kind of revenue stream out of it. It's been a slippery place to really figure out because again, it's always been changing. But nonetheless, there's still a lot of art and beauty out there. A lot of what has kept me originally interested in fragrances still keeps me interested in fragrances, but the filtering process has changed because there's a lot of noise out there, way more noise than there ever was. So to really hone in on the worthwhile signals just takes a little bit more time, a little bit more discernment, and just again, more filtering. So if you're asking me, I still love fragrances. I still love experiencing new and interesting things, which is becoming a little bit more rare, at least in my experience. So that hasn't changed. As far as free bottles, there's nothing anyone can say to make you feel good about someone getting a free bottle if you've already made up your mind you don't like that. A free bottle is not payment. A free bottle it's a product. It's very little profit margin lost for a brand. They give out a free bottle to a reviewer. They're making up the loss there with one sale or two, and it's like they never gave out the bottle. It's not all about free bottles. Free product, it's exciting, it's cool. It allows me to bring new things to you guys in a very optimized and a very efficient way. And obviously what you expect is that I'm going to be as honest and sincere and authentic about my experience as humanly possible. And I know that's where the slipperiness is. Sometimes you're like, are they being real? I don't know, but it's kind of up to you to discern. No one can tell you they're being real. Like I can't say I'm being real, guys. Like, believe me because I'm being honest. Like that doesn't sound like something an honest person would say. I don't know. It's tough. There's no perfection to achieve in this, and there's no going back. There's no doing a U-turn. Let's get back to the way it was. It is what it is. It's expanded in the way it has. It's huge on TikTok and other social platforms now. Anyway, I could go on and on. I hope that answers your question. Those are my thoughts. If anyone else has any ideas or any follow-up questions, I'll be happy to check them out. So thanks for asking that great question. What's up, Jared? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. We got some super chats. Kleiner, thank you so much. Not a regular, but big fan. I really appreciate you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. Very kind, very generous of you. And then we also had Trinidad Cisneros. Appreciate you for the super chat as well. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's keep it going. Ascendix. What are your suggestions for someone trying to diversify and explore while maintaining a functional collection? Sample. Sample, decant. And even that can get out of control, of course. I would definitely recommend taking it slow with decants, giving yourself a cap, a limit, a budget. Like I'm going to try 3 to 5 new decants a month, whatever that is for you and what makes sense for your life and your budget. And that's how you can explore. The one thing I want you to remember, and this is the hardest thing to really enact as a budding fragrance enthusiast, as someone who's new, as someone who's excited, There's no hurry. Because you're taking in content at breakneck speed, sometimes you start to build your collection at the same pace. We don't have to do this quickly. There is no rush. There's no hurry. You don't actually need to be buying new fragrances every month. If you do, it's fine. Especially if you get decants, a decants, that's not going to hurt anybody. That's okay. But just know that there's no rush. Just be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of your emotions. Be mindful of deciding out of your emotions, because that is what happens with videos. Someone like me gets on camera, and I'm sure I've maybe had this effect on some of you guys. I talk about a fragrance I love. I'm excited about it. And you might make an emotional decision right then and there to buy it, to just get the bottle. And yeah, I'm going to link it in the description for those who are interested. Hopefully you can sample it and then maybe come back to that link and get the bottle if it makes sense. But, you know, obviously what you do with your money and time is on you. We're responsible for our decisions. No one else is responsible, no matter what they're saying, no matter how good it sounds. So slow down. That's the biggest advice. Sample and do it slowly so you can really enjoy and understand what you're smelling. Hope that's helpful. Ooh, good question here, Robbie. Hey, Justin, is the chase for a signature scent futile? Also, can you give me your thoughts on Bois Imperial by Essential Parfum? In terms of Bois Imperial, Robbie, I recommend going to my channel on your desktop browser, on a laptop or whatever. Search for Bois Imperial. You will find many videos I've done on it, so you'll get my thoughts there. In terms of a signature scent, it depends. It really depends. If you are someone who has decided, I want to build a collection, I want to continually find new stuff that interests me, then yes, I'm going to say signature scent search is completely futile. If you are someone who has no real inclination to just keep acquiring, to keep looking for the next best thing, you only want a certain amount. You want to keep things functional within certain scenarios and parameters and seasons and things like that, then no, it's not futile. You find something that you love, something that feels like you, that makes you feel like yourself. You can wear it anywhere, anytime. And yeah, maybe other people like it on you when you wear it, then cool, you found it. And just because you found a signature scent doesn't mean that's got to be the one forever. You might have several signature scents. It could change season to season. So yes and no. Let's see. What's up, Rome? If you guys haven't checked out Rome's channel, please do. He's pretty much one of the OGs out here. Recent years, I've seen fragrance and take a drastic decline in numbers. Most people only care about top 10s. What's your, maybe meant to continue the comment. Drastic decline in numbers. Yeah, I assume you're talking about like the content that used to get views doesn't really give views like it did. And I think that's just a result of the changing landscape, the changing interest, the changing, the tide of new people coming into the space. Things have to be repackaged in a way that's more digestible, more instantly recognizable, instantly captivating. And if it's not that, then they move on. And it is kind of sad because it wasn't always that way. We used to be able to get away with getting some decent views, relatively speaking, on speaking about one fragrance in a video, like really doing justice to one scent. Now we have to sacrifice some views in order to do that. So it is the way it is. I've definitely mourned that over the years, but I think I've had to just kind of move on and continue to try to give, the audience what they want to see, and continually asking them what they want to see, and more or less basing what I make off of what they actually would watch. Hope that answers the question, but it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see what else we got. I only got a few more minutes, guys. I wasn't planning on taking a lot of time. We'll do maybe 5.5 more minutes or so. If you have any other burning questions, let me know. Before I answer more questions, I'm going to open one more fragrance. It's actually already unboxed. This was sent to me by a subscriber. I don't know if you're here watching this. And I told him I'd shout him out I'm probably just going to send him a message and say, hey, man, I finally unboxed the fragrance you sent. He so generously offered to send this to me unsolicited. This is one that maybe some of you guys have tried. Definitely not something I'm going to be wearing a lot in this upcoming season, but I'm going to get to know it a little bit in private just to understand what it's like and see when it might be best worn. This is from Nishane, Afriak Olifant. I think I've tried this some years ago. I remember it being really interesting, maybe a little bit edgy. This is his personal bottle. Wow, that's some dark juice. Okay. Yeah, yep. That's beautiful. I can tell there's a little bit of a funkiness, some kind of animalic quality here, but it's not that edgy. It's really, really refined. Yeah, maybe like an oud, maybe some like civet or castoreum, something back there. Maybe some resins and woods, and there's something spicy about it. I feel like it smells good on this paper. The paper is not doing it justice because honestly, I ran out of test strips and I had to literally cut these from printer paper right before I pressed live. So this flimsy piece of trash here. I can tell it'll really come to life on skin. I'm not going to put it on skin because I'm not going to just douse myself in an array of fragrances after I already like showered and put myself together and haven't even put on a scent of the day yet. I'm going to do that after we finish here. But I look forward to getting to know that more. So you know who you are. Thank you so much for sending this my way. I will again reach out to you personally to check in. Let me know if you guys have tried this one. Have you guys checked out Afriak Olifant? Again, not something for the summer. Maybe summer nights, but we'll see. Definitely more fall winter vibes. Definitely more dressed up, a little bit more of a statement maker, but not brash. There is something sensitive about it, at least from what I'm getting right now. Is Nefs by Nishane worth its price tag? Again, only you can discern that. Sample it if you haven't. If you absolutely love it, then I'd say it's worth any price that you would want to afford paying. If you love it. If you don't, if it's like, it's kind of weird, or I like it, but I don't know where I'd wear it, then no, it's not worth the price. But you got to sample it first to find out, to be sure. Let's see here. What else we got? I am truly shocked that people would have so many fragrances. I wonder what they do with them. I smelled a new fragrance I wanted to buy. I haven't smelled a new fragrance I wanted to buy in years. I couldn't imagine having 10, different strokes. I don't think anyone really needs more than 10, but here we are. A lot of us have much more than 10. And it is what it is. All in all, it's an overwhelming venture. We don't give as much attention to everything as we should, or as we'd like to. But it is what it is. We can't really there's not much to unfold there because it's very, very relative, very subjective. Perfumes get you girls. Lynn too, thank you for the super chat. Is this true? What are your thoughts on this? Never happened to me. The other day at work, a girl told me you were wearing too much perfume. Just weird looks. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you. I'm sorry that you had an unfortunate experience. No. Perfumes get you girls. No, that's not how it works. I know that is a common sentiment that is being paraded around as a topic, as a means to watch a video on YouTube. But no, it's not that simple. Not at all. You get girls, so to speak. You as a person, your personality, your hygiene, your social skills, your charm, your respectfulness, your authenticity. That's what attracts people. A scent, and your style plays into it well. How well you dress yourself, your personal style. Your scent is just it sprinkles on top. It can be like it's like you can get someone's attention without saying something to them, and maybe open a door to speak, or maybe open a door to have them be willing to actually want to interface with you. This stuff is not magic as far as affecting your environment, as far as getting other people to bend to your whim, to do the things you want them to do that are favorable to you and your self-esteem. Fragrance cannot do that. If a girl told you you're wearing too much perfume, it sounds like you're wearing too much perfume. It's not an unusual fragrance like Africa Olifant that turns people off. Even though people will smell this and be like, man, I've never smelled anything like this. It's unfamiliar. That doesn't guarantee they're going to dislike it. Even the average person, the average nose. What turns people off is pungency. When something is too strong, no matter how simple or mainstream or guaranteed familiar it is, it's going to turn people off. So man, all I can say is spray less. Spray less. Don't worry about your fragrance speaking for you. You got to do the speaking. If people get close enough to smell you, great. They may not say anything. That doesn't mean they don't smell it. That doesn't mean they don't like it. They just may not say anything until you overspray, and then someone's like, it's too much. So that's probably what it is. I would dial it back. Jay Edwards, thank you so much for the kind words here. Let me see how much time I have. I'm just going to check on something here real quick. Okay. Yes, I have to go, unfortunately, guys. But this has been so much fun. I have the itch to do this again. I love kind of the unstructured nature of this. I love answering your questions, hearing from you guys. Thank you guys for chiming in with your very thoughtful questions. I would love to do more. And hopefully the next time I do this, we can have some more time. An hour is not quite enough. So anyway, that's that. Thank you guys for being here. If you caught the replay, thanks for catching the replay. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.